Oh, whew. Oh, what a day. Whew. I can't believe I just made it. I'm gonna see if anybody shows up. Finish my coffee. Oh, let me shut this off. There we go. Hey, Big B, how you doing, buddy? Oh, I just shut the fan behind me. It was too noisy. But boy, is it hot up here. Whew, this room is scorching. Oh, what's up? Oh, same old, very busy day today. I honestly just ran in the room at 7 o'clock and put it on. I've been doing stuff all day. Been running around. I do more work at home than I do when I'm at work. So it's, taking care of everybody, doing things here and there. But otherwise, thank God, I have no complaints. I love doing it. I rather be mobile, moving around, and constantly busy than anything else. I feel blessed. God is good to me. What have you been up to? I'm really liking the CL too. I did a test. Angelo's working. Hey, what's up? Oh, you're here, not late. You're fine. You're right. I was almost late. Yeah. Oh, thank you for loving my videos, Chaz. Yeah, you're married. That's how. Yeah, I know. I got married in October. Yeah, number 3. So I'm used to it. But no, she doesn't. She's very easy. She's my wife is a dream. She doesn't. She puts up with a lot. Trust me. I'm very difficult to handle. So just watch your video on the Byrna sale. Yeah, I have a few of them up. I did. So there'll be another one up tonight. I'll just show you guys something before the video. Hang on, I'm gonna get it and show you. Hopefully. So you'll see what video comes up tonight. There's a coconut. So just so that you guys have an idea, Angelo's working on it now because we did some slow motion shots. So I think that's pretty cool. So the CL can handle a coconut. Did you guys, not yet, that's Saturday at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Eastern time. We're having that Byrna roundtable. I think they have like a podcast or something. Yeah. Yeah, I was really impressed with that today when we did the coconut. I had it up here, so I figured I'd show it to you guys. So Angela got some slow motion shots of it, and I did some head-on shots with it. And I really like it a lot. They gave me some red dot here that I ordered, and I just opened it up, and I like it. I'm going to try working on it. I said, now it's time to start using a red dot. I never really used it, but we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, a lot of new stuff is coming out. I'm telling you, I really like the whole 61 caliber idea. I think it's really a really great thing. And I also just did my X68. I upgraded it a little bit. I put a 6-inch barrel on there. I'm really liking it. I'm going to do some testing videos with my X68 with the 6-inch barrel. Because that, since I'm carrying the Byrna concealed, I'm going to be carrying that in my off-body bag. So it's just a little bit longer than usual. But man, that thing packs a wallop. Did you guys see Ballistic Joel, DK's buddy there? Whew, today, did you see that mark he had on him? I couldn't imagine taking that thing to the face. Excuse me. I'm a little irritated that Byrna came out with the CL after I already. Yeah, I get that. I do get that. But honestly, yeah, you can't really feel irritated about that. That'd be like getting mad at a firearm company for coming out with a full size and a compact firearm. Maybe in the wintertime you want to use the full size, the LA, and in the summertime we'll carry the CL. I don't know. I mean, they have to keep every company. Look, Grimberg did the same thing. He had that thing out, and then now this, and yeah, yeah. So I mean, don't be too upset at it. They have to make stuff, and it took a while. They got it's good though. It really is. You bought the 6 inch for 50 to 60. That thing it hits like a beast. That's insane. I wouldn't want. Yeah, Joel is a beast. He's crazy, man. And you could tell he felt it though, man. He felt that. So yeah, don't be upset with the companies for coming out. I mean, as soon as Grimberg comes out with this gavel carry, then the solstice is going to come out. People are going to say, I bought this. I do think though, Kurt should still offer the regular gavel as well as the gavel carry. I don't think they should discontinue a model because first of all, people have it. Some people may want a larger one, or at least keep it out for a year to see what the sales are like, So, speaking about Grimberg, whatever happened to what happened to the gavel carry? I ordered it months ago. I'm still waiting for it. Yeah, I know. I currently have the X68 and bought an HD Gen 2, okay, for concealed carry. Do you think is best to use? All right, so the best I've gotten out of an HDP 50 with the Home Defense 24 power kit and the upgraded detent was around 25 to 27 joules. I thought it was good. I used the 50 caliber pepper rounds that I got with it, and while the payload is less, they really irritated me. I did a video a long time ago where I shot it against the wall or something, and I had to get out of there. It really, really irritated me. But some people say, oh, it's nothing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just super sensitive, but it really did bother me. So I like the HDP 50. I always thought it was good. Do both blades spin the same way on your fan? Oh, that's a good question. I think it would be psychologically disturbing if they did. Let's see. Hang on, let's look at that. Yes, they both spin the same way. Maybe it was the wind. I shut it off. I use this as an exhaust for when I'm smoking stogie, so it blows the stuff out the window. Joel's not human. I'm telling you, I told DK, I want him to take the Chuck Norris out of all the beginning of his things and put Ballistic Joel instead. Because Ballistic Joel is the new Chuck Norris. I don't care what anybody says. Ballistic Joel is the new Chuck Norris. Yeah, I hear the carry. I hope the carry does. I know there's a guy, I think he's smoking Uncle Joe. He had problems with his. I watched some of his videos, and the poor guy, I felt bad for him because he waited for that thing and spent money. Yeah. It is your preference. Hey, Dennis. So, Dennis, I got to meet Dennis yesterday. He moved not too far from me, so we got to get together yesterday, and we had a good time in the morning, but I was cut short by some pain in the neck situation that happened with one of my buddies and one of my motorcycles, but it's all right. Everything happens for a reason. So what's happening in the world of less lethal today? Well, I'm still waiting with bated breath for the gavel carry. I don't know what's taking so long. I don't know what to compare. I don't know how it's going to be in size. I can't imagine it being slimmer than this CL. But I looked at the numbers, Kurt Paul. It started out like 30 joules or 33 joules, and then went down to 27 and 23. And by the fifth shot, it was at 17 joules. And I got to be honest with you, I got 20 out of my CL or 21 or something like that. And I ended at like 16 or 15 joules. I have the chemicals in it. I like it. So far, I have zero complaints with it. If the CL gets... I agree with you. It will, me and Angelo are actually talking about making something. You'll see we're in the process of making something to correct or allow you to use that technique, and then it'll fire. So we're talking about making something that'll help you with that. Any advice on lubricating the S2 is great. I buy that and I use their lubricant for everything. Salt Supply makes this lubricant called the PSG. It's like $4 or $5 for a little bottle. You only use 2 or 3 drops. I use it on it. I don't use it on the Byrna. I only use Byrna stuff on Byrna because I don't want to avoid the warranty. But on everything else, on the Pistelli, on the Salt Supply 2, I use their PSG lubricant. It's great. I haven't had any issues with my Pistelli yet, and it's the O-rings from day one on that Intrabuster, and I use that PSG lubricant. I like it a lot. You should ask the Byrna CEO if you become their representative on less lethal community. I'm gonna leave it up to them. The whole thing is, the truth is, I just want to be honest to the community, guys. I don't want to be somebody that has to say something because they were. If a product is good, I will tell you it's good. And I'll tell you it's good until it's not good until something happens to it and then it fails on me or not. This thing, I think, is really good. I just think the thing is really, really good. So that's me. And I'd be honest with you, in the past I've had issues with some stuff, but I just want to be honest, and that's all. I don't want anybody, we all work and stuff is expensive. And we deserve to have things that work, and I want people to not waste their money. That's the thing. And this to me does not seem like it's a waste of money. Child of Light, have you ever heard of chemical round? Yes, 100%. I have heard of chemical rounds breaking prematurely in barrels. I also tried months ago, there is a video, I tried those Vulcan liquid pepper balls. They broke in a 9-joule launcher in a they broke in everything. They were miserable to clean out. I wish somebody would come out with a 61 caliber liquid or gel filled pepper ball that doesn't break. I think that would be spot on if they could come up with that. Oh, he doesn't want to be like Rat. I don't know what's up with, I don't know what's up with that guy. I mean, I thought he was onto something good with those rounds he was making. He should have made them for 43 cals. I think he would have did really good with them. You and DK, in my opinion, yeah, I'm gotta be honest with you. DK is a great guy. He's a good family man. I absolutely love him. And the more and more I talk to and get to know John Reynolds, same thing. He's just a good guy, John Reynolds. He's another guy. I really think both of those guys, their heart is in the community and their heart is in what's best for people, and they don't sugarcoat. I learned from both of them, honestly. How do people have their weapon ready with ammo without damaging the spring? I don't know if I understand that. I just leave the projectiles in the magazine and it's in the launcher, and that I haven't had any problem with anything. Byrna Max break in my, okay, Big B, was that in the 68 cal? I haven't had it. I've been checking them every day in the 50, and I haven't had any. And I've been fooling around with these. I take them in and out 3-4 times a day to do tests, and I have dropped some Byrna Max on the floor so far. I haven't broken any. I don't know what'll happen. I do color to color. I don't let the seams, and I make sure they stay like that. I got in touch with Grimberg about the carry. I ordered in, oh my God, February, and you're still waiting. Yeah, I ordered mine in April, and I thought that was the beginning of April. They respond with, they make 100 carries every 2 weeks. Yeesh. I should get mine the end of this month. God, that means I probably won't get mine until the middle of the summer. I'm a customer of John. Yeah, John is awesome. He's a very good, honestly, he's a good guy, another good family guy. Yeah, yes. My SD and LA. Okay, so in the 68 cal, yeah. I mean, I could tell you, these are the first Byrna Max I'm trying, and they're 61 cal. I don't know what they're gonna do. I could tell you I use Duke all the time, but they don't make a 61. But I use Duke 68 cals, and I've never had one break. I shoot it from the Pistelli 68, and it doesn't even break in the launcher. So I can tell you those work good. Any idea how to keep the belt clips from falling off the Byrna nylon holster? I had that holster a long time ago. No, I did. Those are just, it's like, there's a company out there, Uncle Mike's Holsters. They're just inexpensive holsters that, that happens to. Yeah. Mag springs can stay compressed indefinitely with that. Yeah, I have never, not with a real firearm and not with any of my less lethals, ever had a magazine spring weaken. However, I have a 1911 and everybody says you got to change the springs out, and mine stays loaded all the time, and I haven't changed any springs yet, but they say you have to. So, but I haven't had that experience yet. You know what you can do? If you have multiple magazines, run them for a week, compressed one, while the other one is stretched out, then switch magazines back and forth, get a few magazines. I do that too sometimes with my 1911. I'll leave, 2 magazines unloaded and 2 magazines loaded, and that's it. Reverse the clips. Okay, thanks, Bobby. So Bobby said reverse the clips, and it worked, all right? Yeah, I've never had an incident with any mag springs on anything, now, less lethal or lethal. I've never seen that happen. So that's cool. Do you guys have any questions you want me to ask Byrna? Like, some of the things I'm curious about, are they gonna come out with a 61 caliber rifle or a carbine launcher? That's one thing I want to know. That would be cool. Are they gonna, I would like them to come out with liquid rounds too and see how they work. I think that would be awesome. And a few other things, I guess, if anybody has any other questions. So just let me know. And you can always send them to me. You can always message me on Messenger and just say, hey, I'll try to write the questions down over the next 2 days if you send me any, and I'll see what there is. I ordered from Byrna, I ordered one of those oilers for to do maintenance on this, and I ordered a bunch of CO2s from them. So I'm hoping they get here. They're supposed to come here tonight by 8 o'clock or something. So we'll see what happens with that. But I really, really love doing this live chat. It's a lot of fun, and I like getting a lot of input from you guys. And I really didn't anticipate. I actually look forward to this every week. Like, I get so excited. I was at work today and I told my boss, I can't wait. Tonight I'm doing a live stream every Thursday night. And yeah, he was pretty excited for me. He had no idea I did that. All right, my Glock mag stays. Yeah, and you have never had, no, I know. I had my Springfields, my Glock. I don't have a Glock now. I had one at a job I did. That was a duty gun years ago. That never had any issues. But yeah, anything I ever had, I never had an issue with them. Yeah, so it should be fine. And these, honestly, I look at these springs in these little mags, and I think you could get springs like that at like Ace Hardware. They have so many different little springs like that. I'm sure you could get them or just clip them. Hey, Scott, maybe just ask broad questions like, what's the next, okay, what's the next launcher they're planning? Yeah, that would be cool. I really hope it's a 61 cal. Another thing I would love is if they could interchange it, like with that Mission 4, if you could do 61 and 68, that would be kind of cool too. What legal repercussions can we have with LE under their safe laws with Byrna? I read they are under the firearms. Where is that? What state? What is that federal you're talking about? I read they are under the firearms classification. Well, can we? Where are you talking about that? He's referring to, see, maybe in the state of Rhode Island, they might be classifying that, but not federally. There was some parts on Facebook today. I don't know. I'd find, they could classify it as whatever they want, but I think the state might consider it as that, but I don't know. It's not federal. 100% it can never be federal. And I think a really good lawyer would say federal trumps state and federal, it's city, state, and then federal. Yeah, the state law is listed in an air pistol as a firearm. Well, if I wonder what, so you're telling me everybody in Rhode Island that has a paintball gun has to register it as a firearm? I don't see, and that's a 60, especially if it's a 68 cal. I don't know. That's a very, very gray area, and I think you could fight that, and I don't think you would get more than a summary offense, a desk ticket appearance. I don't think, because the ammunition it shoots doesn't have any powder in it. It doesn't have a propellant. It doesn't have it's just, I don't think I think you'd have a better leg to stand on. Someone posted a reply on the site from the state AG. Yeah, they may write that stuff, but I think I think you'd be okay if you could buy it in the mail and it's shipped to your house, and not to an FFL. It's not a firearm. So if Rhode Island lets you have that sent to your house, it's not a firearm. That's how I would go about it, and I would say that. They actually said it doesn't need to be a registered, but then the letter said, yeah, that's their way of putting all gray area. You're innocent until you get caught. Yeah, SCOTUS determined any arm protected in, SCOTUS determined any arm is protected if it's in common use. Also quality, the guy said he was a felon, so requirements high. I don't know. I think you'd have a good chance of beating that. That's my opinion. I would not worry about that. What worries me is that the law enforcement officers do not know that, and they may use force. Forget that. The law enforcement officers, whether they consider it a firearm or not, they will use force no matter what. If they see you point that at them, it doesn't matter what it is, they're going to use force. So it doesn't matter whether it's legal, illegal, if it's a firearm or a non-firearm, they're going to use force like they would with a knife or a baseball bat or anything else. So that, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Yeah, we had a guy here get, shot with a Glock BB gun. The cops shot him, and he had a Glock BB gun. It looks like the real deal, and they don't know what comes out of there. And in the heat of the moment, we've seen guys in New York back when I was younger get shot with a cell phone in their hand. They mistook for it. So, yeah, I wouldn't just freak out over that. Yeah, if you point anything at a law enforcement officer, yeah. And they should be justified, 100% they should be justified to act and use lethal force against you. I agree with that 100%. If they feel threatened, game over. Yep, game over. Yeah, Big B is 100% right on that. Yeah, that happened in Middletown. Yeah, it did happen in Middletown. Yep, yeah. So, yeah, it was a cell phone, boom, that's it. What year did you leave I left New York in 2015. Yeah, 2015 is when I left New York and I came up here. I actually commuted for a few years too, back and forth to work every day. That was a long trip, but it was worth it. It was good. But yeah, 2015. I was born there in 1974, and I lived in Brooklyn while I was a kid, and then I moved to Staten Island, where I stayed until I was 42 years old, and then I moved out of there. Yeah. The only thing I love about, and I got to be honest with you, I got great pizza here in the Poconos. There's a lot of guys from the thing is, everything got rents got so expensive. When I was in Staten Island, we had a pizzeria there. It was very good pizza, but they had a pizzeria on one side and a restaurant. I asked the owner, I was talking to him, and he was telling me he paid 20 grand a month. This was back in 2015. 20 grand a month rent for the two stores. That's 10 each. You got to sell a lot of pizza or something else in order to be making that much money. So people leave there and they come here where the rent is like $2,000 a month, and they're able to have a nice business. Yeah. Yeah, my wife's grandmother, God bless her, she's 95. She still lives in Long Island, so that's, yeah. He used to play Pop Warner football against the team. Oh, Sheepshead Bay, yeah. Oh, in the 80s. Well, I dated a girl, I was engaged to a girl actually in Sheepshead Bay many, many years ago, back in the early 90s. And man, I used to love Sheepshead Bay. When I was a little boy and I lived in Brooklyn, we used to go to Sheepshead Bay to roll and roaster. And it's still there. It was like a roast beef. The girls used to roll around on roller skates and stuff. We would go to Manhattan Beach swimming, and then we'd go to Roll and Roaster for lunch, and then go back to Manhattan Beach. And it was great. And then when I got older, and I used to go to Sheepshead Bay, and I used to take out those Bluefish charter boats. I'd go out on a Friday night and come home at like 5 in the morning. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Spoke to Grimberg yesterday. My carry is 2 to 3. Oh, that's great. I'm number 87. That's great. I'm not keeping hope then. I'm number 242, they told me. You're 87. I'm 242. Holy cow. Yeah. They did have a good field over there in Sheepshead Bay. How's it going? Good. Hair Guns Anonymous. Yeah, warm in California, and no pepper balls. I know, so you got to use your kinetics over there. That's all right. Hey, now if you get that certification to get the pepper ball, can you carry it then if you have that certification? They do in 100. Okay, in 100 batches. Yeah. Okay, they do in 100. So, man, I don't know. I'm 242. I'm gonna be waiting a while. So I'm in, yeah, I guess you are in the next batch. Yep. I want a gavel carry. Sad I'm gonna have to wait till 2000. I think you're gonna have to wait till I don't know what's going on. I mean, I give the guy credit. He's doing a lot of work. He's very innovative. I think he's trying hard, but we're all waiting for this gavel carry. You have to actually work as security. Oh, okay. And have the certification. So you have to be working as security in order to have that. I get it. So you can't just get the certification and carry it. That's so crazy, that in that state, that's the thing. It doesn't even like bother me like that. It's just, it's such an amazing large state. And you have like grizzly bears, you have big brown bears, like you have mountain lions, like you have like stuff that can eat you, and they don't want you carrying that. New York, we can't have pepper ball. Right now, Scott, I don't know. I think you can have them. You just can't buy them in New York. If you could find like in order to sell pepper spray in New York, because I remember when I lived there, they said you had to have an FFL license or be a pharmacist in order to order it. And you could only buy it from a pharmacist or an FFL. Crazy law. I don't know why the pharmacist. But I wonder if you went to somebody who was an FFL over there, if they can order pepper balls and they would let you have them. I don't know what the story is with that. Grimberg should have made hundreds of units first before selling the... I think what they did was they used everybody's money to fund the making of this gavel carry. And I think that was the mistake, and that's where he's getting jammed up. I think that was the issue. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just hypothetically speculating. But they should have had hundreds of issues out before they did this. They put the cart before the horse. They should have had the horse first. You guys should do a meetup. I would definitely go to an event with you guys. Yeah, I would love to do. I like meeting up with anybody. I met up with Dennis yesterday. He moved out here. He moved here from New York, and we met, and I met him and his wife. They were lovely. They came over. We had a little coffee in the morning. It was nice. We had some strudel, and my parents were home. I introduced them. They came in for a little while. It was good. We had a good morning. Grimberg, yeah, give me your money and wait for my excuse. You know, I really hate, I'm not going to badmouth the guy because he seems like he is trying and they got back to me. And I do think he has a good product. I just think he's struggling a little bit. And and that goes to show you what a good community we all are. We do have patience with it and we do understand it and we want him to succeed. He is going to make a good product and he's not giving up at it. He's not throwing in the towel. From what I understand, everybody that did have a problem, he's making good on it. So we got to give the guy credit. You know, I think he's trying, and that's, you know, more than other people do. And now we can only have certain type. Oh, it must be in a. Oh, I didn't know that. So it has to be in a spray. The worst of all, spray, so it could bounce back. So that's typical New York. Okay, they want you to have the spray so the good guy could get hurt, not the bad guy. So it blows back at you. The whole thing is absolute. There's 0 sense, in my opinion. 0 sense. Yep, they do Kickstarters. That's why I didn't bother. Yeah, Kurt is the pioneer of the first. He is the pioneer of the first powerful one was the gavel. He is the pioneer. I hope Grimberg is not going to rush the carry out and quality control doesn't suffer. I know. Yeah, Scott, I know it's crazy, Scott. It's just, you know. And you know, years ago, I had a beautiful farmhouse upstate New York, all the way up in like between Binghamton and Oneonta and Sydney Center. It was the first house, I think I was like 22 or 23. It was the first house I bought. I bought it for pennies. It was, I gutted it and renovated. I got for like 30 grand. It was amazing. And I absolutely loved it up there. It was just absolutely beautiful. The people were wonderful. Everything about it I really, really liked. Yeah, it was nice up there. It was about 4 hours away from New York City. So I would come up on Friday. I was a school teacher, so I get out of school. I drive up there, spend the weekend up there, and it was great. Big B, it's not bad mouthing. It is the truth. You are right. Be honest with there. I know. I just really feel bad. You know, I want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but you're right. Well, the Kimber Pepper Blaster, that red thing, dude, it's great. It's worth every. Honestly, the Kimber Pepper Blaster is great. I don't know if you can have that if a gun store can sell that in New York. If they could, that's the thing to have. What's yeah, I don't know. It's probably something like 3 ounces, or I would think, a 2 ounce limit in California. So I would think it's probably something like that in New York is 2 ounce. I like Kurt and Grimberg a lot, but my feeling is NextWorks is going, well, this is the thing, you know, you're 100% right, Scott. You go to China and they can mass produce these things. And I get it. He's trying to do the right thing by keeping everything here in America. But had he patented and had it made over there, they probably have them out in droves by now. And they probably would be a little bit cheaper too. I mean, does that solve? Some people don't like to hear that, but I think NextWorks, they're coming out with that new launcher now. They have that rifle style launcher, NextWorks. It's just, they're moving a lot faster than he is. They really are. And if they were able to make that Pistelli 68 and that launcher, trust me, they're going to make a compact one. It's coming. It may not be 25, but it'll be 26 or 27, 2026 or 27. You'll see it. In New York, even. That's hilarious, dude. Yeah. It's getting like that all over, too. Don't get me wrong. It's getting like that even in a lot of places. Believe it or not, in Pennsylvania, there's a lot of bizarre laws, too. Like, get a load of this. So, you can carry a pistol without any license. You could go buy yourself a pistol, carry it, not concealed. You can open carry with no license. But if an inch of your jacket covers the butt, they consider it concealed. Also, if you carrying it open and you sit down in your car to drive home, now it's concealed and you get arrested for it. So you have to, if you get out of the car, you got to take the gun out, you got to load it up, put it on you, and have it open carry. And then before you get in the car, you have to take the magazine out, take the bullets out, put them in the trunk, put the pistol in the glove compartment, or vice versa. And now it's not concealed. So the minute you get in the car, it's concealed. So we got wacky laws like that too. And it's 2 ounces in New York. Okay, come. Palm is the best choice. Okay, so so you could get Palm, I guess, in New York. It is good to have. I mean, you should definitely have it. Hey, Henry. I'm betting NextWorks will have a small 100%. It's coming. It's coming. No doubt. Ugly should be illegal. Ugly should be illegal everywhere, right? Not in a vehicle, though. Yeah. What's not in a vehicle? They make a Palm New York. Oh, that's cool. They make a Palm New York version. This is funny. First they had New York and Massachusetts and California compliant firearms. Now they have New York compliant pepper spray. That's crazy. New York compliant pepper spray. Could you imagine that? Guaranteed to blow back in your own face. This way you give the bad guy a fair chance to fight you. We could really make jokes about this stuff all day, but it's like, yeah, it's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, yeah. Open carry. Yeah, you can't open carry in your car. Once you get in the car, I know this for 100% fact. You gotta unload, even if it's on your hip. That's not considered. Once you close the car door and get in there, that's it. Without, yeah. Without a license to carry. Yeah, you can't carry it on your head. You have to unload it before you get in your car out here if you don't have a CCW. If you don't have that. Do you like the HDP 50 compact? Not particularly. I'm not a big fan of the HDP 50 compact. If I tell you the things I don't like about it, I don't like the fact that I think it's only 4 shots, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. And I don't like the fact that the piece underneath falls down. Some people have a problem with that. Those are the things I don't care. And I think the detent on that goes pretty quick. I would take an HDP 50 over the compact any day of the week. Or a Kimber Pepper Blaster, definitely. My buddy would put the gun on the dashboard. Where's this? Was this in Pennsylvania, or was it? I know for a fact it can't be loaded if you don't have your CCW in the car. You have to undo it. HDP compact side. Okay. And again, too, I've seen bizarre things out here. It really is the cop's discretion, because I've seen some bizarre stuff out here. I've seen them send people away for what any other state would have, taken them in for. So, it depends where you are, and it depends, it's all his discretion. Let's lethal options. Hey, spray is heavier than powder, so pepper ball blowback is way more. Yeah, I saw that yesterday when we did the video outside. The wind was blowing, and it was blowing back towards us, definitely. It definitely was. Oh, it was Arizona, I believe. Okay, I don't know. I don't really know Arizona. Arizona, you might be able to just not have any license and just carry it in the car. Every state has different laws for that. But over here, you can carry it. You just can't carry it in your car or concealed if you don't have a. But the whole thing is ridiculous. It's like $20. You just go down to the sheriff's station and get your. You walk in with $20 and you get it. I mean, it's why you wouldn't want to do that. It's a no-brainer. Yeah. But it's interesting. Okay, here's another bizarre law that I deal with. So we have an Act 235 that allows you to carry a firearm to do work. But it does not allow you to carry the firearm concealed. You still need a CCW, you still need your concealed carry license as well. Otherwise, you can't carry a concealed when you're not working. Like, one license doesn't override the other license. So you need, and you can't work if you have a CCW. You need a CCW and an Act 235. So you need both to do that. Agree. Yeah, Kimber Pepper Blast is great, and they're the same stuff in there that's in that JPX. But that JPX is wild too, man. If you like, it's pricey, but if you get a JPX, that thing will put a hurting on you. It's good stuff. Oh, okay, guys, it's 7:40. I'm gonna cut out now. My old lady's coming back in a little bit, and promised her I'd spend some time with her tonight. So do me a favor. If you have any questions that you think about before Saturday morning at 1 o'clock, message me on, Messenger, and I'll write them down so I can tell Byrna. All right, Scott, God bless. Air Guns Anonymous, God bless. Everybody else, God bless. Stay safe this week. I hope to talk to you guys soon. I love talking to you guys. I can't wait to see you next week. We'll talk all about the Byrna roundtable next week after it's over. Bye.